think I realized I have no direction in my life anymore. You know, I was thinking about this today when I was debating what I should do after this summer. And I had a plan to go to New York to sort of not reinvent myself, but just figure out the vibes over there. Because I've been on the West Coast for 4 years now, and I think I've gotten the hang of it, and I've been a bit tired of the vibes here. Just haven't really entered into the spaces that I want to, and don't really have hope for it. And so I feel New York could be another avenue for me, another opportunity for me to simply find who I am and learn how to enjoy being around people again. But then I realized, I was like, if I go there without any plan, I won't. It's scary going without a plan, basically. Like in the summer, I have these classes that I sign up for public speaking at Stanford and Berkeley. And the Berkeley one in particular meets twice a week on Tuesday and Thursday and lasts 3 hours per session. So it's a pretty big chunk of time. And it provides a pretty big structure in my life where I have to go there, and then there's a significant amount of time in class, and perhaps I could talk to my classmates and all that stuff. And it's nice to center my life around that, and have a sort of anchor in my life. Whereas, if I go to New York without any job, any class, any program, I don't know, I'm just like idling or uh, whittling away in just randomness and just not doing anything. And I think that can be a bit scary because, I don't know, New York seems a bit more expensive. I don't know if I can get the same rent I do here, where I only pay $1,600. Yeah, I don't know if I can get the same thing in New York. And it's also the fear of becoming even more lonely in a place that has more people. Just like you feel more lonely when you're alone at a party versus alone in your room. I think I might feel that in New York as well. And I guess I'm just afraid of things. Afraid of moving to some place hoping it'll fix things, only to find that the problem is still me. That, it's me at the end of the day, and it doesn't matter where I am. I guess I don't want to really face that because, I don't know, it just feels pretty daunting, pretty hopeless that even after 2 years, I still can't figure this out. I'm still lonely as ever, and It doesn't matter where I am. I'm just gonna be like this, you know? And I don't really have a structure or a plan to get out of it. I just have a vague feeling that maybe this place is better than that place. And that's about it. And I have no idea if it's gonna work or not. And I think I'm already suffering like this. And so, I don't know, that sort of feeling makes me not want to take risks and not do anything. But when I think of the positives of New York, I think about people who are much more intellectual, much more willing to just talk about things and say things how they are, as opposed to the West Coast where people don't really they don't really look up to that sort of look up to that sort of behavior where it feels very kitty gloves, where you have to be careful on how you roast people, how you point stuff out, and just an overall lack of debate or criticism or intellectualness that I find in the Bay. So I think I admire that in New York. I think people are more willing to like enter into that debate, or I can't think of the word, but accommodate that behavior, which I think is who I truly am. Because I feel fundamentally uncompatible with a lot of people here. I just don't see them liking me at all for who I am. And it sort of, destroys me in a way that makes me feel non-human. And so I hope New York, I can find more people like this, but at the same time, I'm also afraid that, a boring person here will be a boring person over there. And so nothing will really change. But I don't know, I just keep going back and forth in what type of person I want to be in. Perhaps the shame of moving to somewhere with no plan is just lonely, and the guy who just wants to find a girlfriend, I think there's there's a decent amount of shame in that. And I don't know, I'm just trying to go with these feelings and see and flow with them and see where I end up.